Am I evil for putting my dog down because I can't afford a $12,000 surgery? No, friend. You aren't a bad person. Edit. Commas are important, people. It's okay. This is already so difficult. Go easy on yourself. No, you are not evil. Evil would be letting the dog suffer. You are doing your best. My BIL's dog went through a $1,000 treatment and then died 3 days later. He then said he should have not let her suffer that long. My best friend had a cat of 16 years. The cat got sick recently. And suddenly, my friend drove right to emergency vet and shelled out $8,000 within a few days. He was desperate for his kitty to pull through. He did everything he could. And the cat still passed within a couple of weeks. My friend now has no cat and is $8,000 plus less due to this. I'm sorry your pet is so young. As much as we love them, you can't prolong the suffering only to spend all that money and it still doesn't work. My friend feels guilt that the last few weeks of his cat's life was being poked, prodded, tested, staying overnights in a crate at the vet, rather than in his owner's arms at the end of life. Try the meds. If it doesn't work, love on your pet at home. Don't put your bestie in a strange environment and through all of those procedures when the outcome doesn't look good. You don't want their last days to be scary. They need you right now. I've had to do this with pets a couple of times. The surgery itself is painful and stressful for the animal and they often don't fully recover or it doesn't work. Euthanasia is often the best course. You gave them a good life. From a practicality standpoint, that $12,000 could be used to help so many other animals. Your dog's quality of life has value. If you can't afford a $12K surgery and your dog's quality of life will be severely impacted, you should consider all options. More often than not, these complex surgeries are done more for the owner in an attempt to lengthen the lives of our beloved pups, and sometimes the stress we put them through just isn't worth it. Regardless of your ability to pay, you're a kind person for caring, but I think you're making the right decision for both you and your pup. I am sorry for you and your wonderful pup. You do what you can. For context, my wife is a vet. They will always do anything they can to work with owners to get their pets the best possible care they can. Sometimes the best they can is a humane death. They never, ever judge people on their choices. Except maybe for the assholes who want a pet euthanized because they just don't want it anymore. They refuse to offer that service. It's not easy and you are doing the best you can. Just try to get the best time with your pupper. God bless your red heart. No, I'm a veterinary technician. Don't go broke and homeless trying to save your pet. I would never judge a client for making that decision. I would likely do the same. The greatest love of all is letting go. You will not be a bad person. You don't want her to suffer. Knowing dogs, I know she crammed a lifetime of love in those 5 years. Hugs. Not at all. I am still struggling to recover from the $2,000 in emergency expenses and cremation costs for my dog. Even a year later, he got sick suddenly too. I could have saved him if I had $7,000. The cost to remove a mass on his liver and stop internal bleeding. There was also a question of quality of life if he had continued health struggles post-surgery. Additional expenses I could not possibly afford after the upfront cost of surgery. You can only do what you can do. Don't hold it against yourself. It is awful to go through, but some things are out of our hands. You're not evil. You're a loving pet owner who is realistic about your financial limitations. It's really unfortunate that quality care for pets and people is out of reach for so many. No. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. No. Shit. If I was suddenly in pain and paralyzed and there was a $250,000 surgery that might work, I don't know how excited I would be to keep going.
No, not a bad person.
Not at all. Hard choice, but probably the right one. Literally no one would ever think you're an evil person, and you shouldn't either. The surgeries are rarely successful long-term anyways. Sorry you're going through this, Red Heart. You are not evil. You are caring. Putting a dog down is merciful. Even if I had a spare 12 grand lying around, I'd have to think carefully about a painful recovery plus a 25% chance it doesn't fix the problem.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.